Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover here today. So before we dive into it, if you end up enjoying the video or finding it informative, be sure to leave it a like. And if you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well. We're starting here with some interesting reports that began circulating, I think, late yesterday that have to do with Microsoft and future PlayStation 5 ports of their games. So I'm going to start here with WCCF Tech, where they're saying Xbox Series X and S to PS5 ports have been slowed down following the reception of the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle's quick PS5 port, according to rumors circulating online. Speaking on X, Xstasis, who proved to be somewhat reliable in the past, commented on the ports, saying that according to the latest information in their possession, the ports have not been cancelled, but have only been slowed down. This was caused by the bad reception of the quick Indiana Jones and the Great Circle PS5 port, which is coming only a few months after the game's debut on the Xbox Series X, S, and PC. In addition, replying to an earlier rumor that started circulating online earlier this week, the Halo and Gears of War series continue to be red lines that Microsoft is not going to cross at the moment, so we shouldn't expect to see them on PlayStation anytime soon. Now we're going to transition to a second report that came out a little bit later. This comes from Push Square, where the title of the report reads, Microsoft CEO says more Xbox games will come to PS5 hours after rumors said the porting project was paused. So they say here the ongoing will they, won't they story surrounding Xbox and its plans to release some of its games on rival platforms continues apace. After some dubious online rumors, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella appears to have inadvertently nullified rumors that the strategy is slowing down. So the first part of this report by Push Square references what we just went over, the rumor coming from Xstasis about Project Latitude. That's what Microsoft's internally calling it. You know, their whole process of porting their games to PS5 and Switch, they're calling it Project Latitude. But it says here, however, Satya Nadella, in a wider report about Microsoft's fiscal year 2024, seems to suggest the company's approach has not changed. Quote, finally, we brought 4 of our fan-favorite titles to Nintendo Switch and Sony PlayStation for the first time as we continue to extend our content to new platforms, end quote. This is what he wrote, not before stating Microsoft's intention to bring, quote, great games to more people on more devices, end quote. The rumor did state Project Latitude hasn't been outright canceled, but the pace of the releases will allegedly be slower, and that Gears of War and Halo are red lines, as we just talked about. But this is something that I think is worth going over, because I think a lot of people have been kind of patiently waiting to hear updates from Microsoft with this situation. They've been pretty quiet, I would say, since the announcement of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle coming to PS5. And obviously, after that announcement occurred, even more people kind of jumped onto the notion of, well, okay, I guess the floodgates are beginning to open. It's going to be the full slate, so on and so forth. And we've continued to hear rumors about, you know, like even Halo being worked on for the PS5, but this, I think, kind of clears everything up without being too detailed about it, I guess. I could see Microsoft slowing it down a little bit and kind of creating a bit more breathing room so as not to make people think that everything's going to happen at once. But one thing that I do want to point out here that I think is worth noting is that Satya Nadella runs the ship, right? We talk about Phil Spencer, we talk about Sarah Bond, we talk about the leadership at Xbox, but the reality is Satya Nadella is going to make the decision at the end of the day. The buck stops with him, and he continually makes it clear in their, you know, fiscal year updates, in their quarterly earnings updates, that this is something that has worked to their benefit, and it's something they're going to continue. So even when we look at the rumor that was presented by Xstasis, he doesn't say anything about them stopping, right? He doesn't say anything about less games coming. He just simply mentions the idea of it pausing or slowing down. And I could actually understand why Microsoft would want to do that, because it frankly was a very bad look for Microsoft. You know, when you look at Gamescom, The one more thing announcement is, oh, by the way, this game that, you thought was going to just release on this console or this platform in just a couple months is actually coming to PS5, and we're going to make a big deal about it. It's maybe not the best way to handle those types of announcements because there was a lot of fan backlash, right? A lot of Xbox players being like, bro, what are you doing? It caught people off guard. So I could see why maybe they want to think more critically about how they want to go about announcing these games and revealing them. But I thought this was worth covering because I saw a lot of people talking about it and I saw it kind of circulating. But Satya Nadella is making it clear, look, Sea of Thieves was a huge success on PS5. They're not going to stop bringing their games over. It just wouldn't make any financial sense for them to do so. But we're going to move on to the next topic, which is going to be a very brief one, but I told you guys I would keep you updated anytime we hear more about games that are going to get PS5 Pro enhanced updates. And another game is being added to that list, The Finals. Now, I don't know how many people are familiar with this game, but it is a free-to-play game on the PS5, and I came across this on the PS5 subreddit, where it says the PlayStation Store page for The Finals now shows the PS5 Pro enhanced tag on it. So it's yet another game we can add to the list. I don't know how many of you guys play this game or are planning on playing it, but if it's something you are playing and you are getting a Pro, you can now look forward to those enhancements. Moving on to the next topic, we have what I think to be very good news for Resident Evil. This is being reported by Push Square. It says Capcom has officially revealed that physical versions for the PS5 ports of RE2, RE3, and RE7 will be released on December 6th, 2024. The three titles will then make their way to other territories like the USA a month later in January 2025. Japanese listings currently have the ports priced at 2,960 yen or around $20 US dollars. So this is actually, I think, really good news, right? Because when we heard that RE2, 3, and 7 were going to be making their way to PS5, I think that was actually back in 2022. We didn't get the announcement of, dedicated PS5 physical versions of these games, and a lot of people were kind of upset about that. And so even though it took quite some time, it's awesome, I think, to see that Capcom is still doing this. And what's also worth noting here is Capcom recently talked about how like 90% of their games sold are sold digitally. So you can understand why they're taking their time with stuff like this. But at the end of the day, I'm just simply glad to see that even with that 9-to-1 digital to physical ratio, Capcom is still coming out here and, releasing physical versions of these games. So let me know if, you're planning on picking up physical versions of RE2, 3, or 7. But the final topic I want to go over here, or the final set of topics, I should say, is first off, just a little update for Helldivers 2. We're continuing to see Arrowhead support this game. They announced the new War Bond that's releasing for PS5 and PC, Truth Enforcers. This is something that I just kind of wanted to throw out here because, it feels like it's been a while since we talked about Helldivers 2. So if you're still playing, you have a whole new War Bond you can look forward to. But if you're not, and you're just kind of interested to know how it's going, Helldivers 2 seems to be doing really well. The development team basically just listened to the community and decided to buff pretty much every weapon and every stratagem and make the game overall just a much funner experience for the community. And the community has responded with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of players coming back to the game. And so now on top of that, they have another new War Bond. They've just been kind of cranking out the content. So there you go. Let me know if you're still playing Helldivers 2. But the final topic I want to let you guys know about has to do with PlayStation Stars. Not good news for PlayStation Stars. VGC is reporting that PS Stars will no longer give credit for money spent on subscriptions. This was something that I think was announced a little while ago, but now emails are being sent out where Sony is making it clear that going forward, if you're spending any money on any subscriptions, including PlayStation Plus, you're no longer going to get points for those purchases. But on top of that, some PlayStation Stars players are saying that fun rewards have actually been removed from their wallets. And I actually can't tell you right now whether or not this is a glitch. It seems like it is, but we haven't gotten an update, or at least I haven't come across an update. So maybe you guys can let me know in the comments down below if this is a problem you've experienced. I don't participate in PlayStation Stars. I probably should, but you know, this is something I've been seeing people talking about, and I'm not sure what to say here. I haven't seen any updated reporting on this, but yeah, fans are saying that their Wallet Fund rewards have disappeared. And I think I did come across at least one person on the PS5 subreddit saying they contacted PS support and they confirmed it was just a bug. I mean, you would assume it's a bug, right? But maybe let me know down in the comments below what's going on with this. But generally speaking, it sounds like PS Stars is kind of, you know, it's becoming less and less, I think, enticing for people. But let me know what you think about these changes. And guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, leave it a like. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon. And feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.